Did you put with Officer LCO?
Let it rap.
Did you put with Officer LCO?
Oh, somebody got there put that to Marvin.
City eyes. It's time to poke off. This black got a real nigga.
Like, people actually reach out to me and ask me to put my name
Family secure. Got that shotty in the closet by the pop ball. Fuck what they heard, but they heard it's all true. Be cautious, that foundation falls till you fall through. They gon' fall. Look, I keep this shit fitted.
Okay, we gotta share it with Facebook.
Colder than the avalanche, way above average.
We gotta share.
Make me an apple tree. Left us in the valley full of bones. This my whole fam. Now become a man. Dark sands get broke down. Riding through Evanston with Mark Quad. Telling me how the crackers turn this child into a ghost town. Focus out, nigga. I lay that game down. I feel his pain cause nothing is the same now. Never light shine like heaven.
I ain't gonna have y'all long.
Glock have a fit like my child, no change. Try to warn them niggas we play arms like tarantula. Them mother niggas rap up make I really see profits under this banner. Make my enemies bow down on camera. Told my design I wanted black and white like a panda. I'm better than that nigga that sunk dirty to handle. Look, I move like a Brazilian. Precious cargo, spirit ancient, but I got a new semi-auto. Wave that bitch around like where's Wardo. Sleep if they won't, I cut through they Z's like I'm Zorro. Pay me for his name, so I gotta keep that steel clutch. And trust me, I'm not what you think. I squeeze till it click like Dorothy when the heels touch. The world got me dumb, I don't feel much. Round with Yara down, just left the state bridge. Looking for a bitch better than Baby's kid. Remember, I dropped Quiet Storm. I've been gone ever since. Still in the field, fuck them niggas on the fence.
And he was in his Jeep. So when I was leaving, he was pulling up. He probably saw you. That nigga probably saw you. It was like, man.
We've been all right. We've been on good terms.
I mean, can you pour this? This ain't gonna work.
According to God, the white man is the devil.
See, I've been in here for a little minute. You know what I'm saying? And I see niggas, they like to talk a lot. They like to claim leadership. They like to claim this and that. You know what I'm saying? They like to be above what they really is and have authority.
Pour it out.
They don't really need that authority. They don't really know what to do with that leadership. You understand? You hold hands with this white ass, need to stop and ask you to give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah.
They was too tight.
Everybody ain't with all that peace talk. Everybody ain't with all that bygone. Boy, ass need to stop and ask shit.
And I do Shilligent, nigga.
Boy, when they hit us with dope and kill us with crack, what the fuck with your leaders? I'm curious. You cashed out on your blood, traded you in and bought a new biz. Ask you the profits, I tell you the scheme. If you don't wake up, you gon' die in your dreams. I say you won't tell you no more. I swear the crackers try to kill us slow. Just spoke to a nigga in Fanny, up on parole. Because of the COVID, it feel like the host in this world, it don't go together. Nowhere it's golden together. I'm in the city blazing with my niggas. Just told the devil the score never settle. See the prophets.
Yeah, that's it.
These niggas keep talking about, no. You respect my religion, I respect your religion. Boy, your ass need to stop and ask you the prophets. You know, like we all come together. Cause you know, they say God so loved the world. God so loved the world. And boy, your ass need to stop and ask you. Don't give a damn what you talk about. Don't give a fuck what you believe. You gotta stand up and serve my God. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Yeah. Ain't shit about y'all. We'll pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up. You know what I'm saying? Boy, your ass need to stop and ask shit. Oh, I'm gonna step up silent for show to them fake niggas. Stay silent, I got it, let's go. I ain't taking no loss, ain't no talking when we got the flow. Ain't no peace, just play with you. I'ma be loyal to the right arm. Tell them we can't keep it slate. And I can never let bygone be bygone. Got you, baby mother on high, or high. Baby pants through the fire. Ask you the prophets, that baby soul belong to the Lord. How dare you abort it? Devil will fail you, bitch, I can afford it. I prepare slaughter, you bring me my water. Plus your leaders weak, let them lies slip through their teeth. Their ass need to stop and ask you the prophets.
That's just the reality, Christians. I'm sorry to hurt your feelings. I know your pastor lied to you every Sunday for 30 years, but that's what the church is for, lying. That's why they exist, to lie the money out of your pockets.
Boy, your ass need to stop it, ass shit. Give a damn what you talking about. Don't give a fuck what you believe, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. We don't pray on our knees, nigga. Gotta stand up and serve my God. We don't pray on our knees, nigga.
Because I'm willing to fight against drug dealers if they Muslim, if they Christian, if they atheist, if they Buddhist, if they shooting black men. Guess what? I'm gonna say something about it. Because you know why? Just like you ain't gonna, like your boy said, it ain't gonna happen. Guess what? I'm not letting nobody sell you drugs without me saying that. I'm not gonna do it. Even though I don't know you, guess what? Just like that's your boy, guess what? I'm your boy. Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you are a black man like me. And it works out.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow.
Get a chair from over here.
Every man tried to borrow, felt pain. And a lot of sorrow, got betrayed, so packed. I didn't even had my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to Rhythm Man Blues for this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Feel like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good wreck. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how do you excel? Wisdom the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain. Something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword, with a style that they might just record. The only thing equal is the curse for the wicked and the righteous reward. Have mercy on the men that don't see it, separated from the tares. Now on my prayers, and it's so be it. A rebel, take the world by word of mouth. UPK, we the rebels that you heard about. Yeah. And it ain't gonna stop till 100 virgins in the house and I'm handing verdicts out. Yeah, Frank, you ain't heard a clout without a shadow of a doubt. These devils hitting licks off us. Fuck the bank, I'm about to stone the pocket ticket office. Can't sweet talk us, cannot stop us. And plus I know the feds watch us. Tell the people that they church full of witch doctors. Put us in prison, they stop violence. Meanwhile, UPK turning rebels into Rottweilers. In league with mighty men, and now I understand things that never truly made sense. Like why I'm crying at this funeral for a criminal, knowing he ain't innocent. It's fucked up, but my boot shine, standing between two priests, about to blaze on their ass, call it tough love. Look out for niggas just club, and wouldn't touch a white bitch with OJ's black gloves. Father, forgive me for my error. I'm forever by your side. Clean and purge me of all my flaws. This the reason I'm alive. Thank God for this truth. Cause for a long time was a rebel without a cause. Look, man, first time I met Commander Junior Hanna, man, hit 3807. Rebel without a cause. My little daughter with me. Opened the door, he was dropping the truth on me and all that. Rebel without a cause. Man, you know, you do your time. We taking them out and training in hand-to-hand combat. Rebel without a cause. Oh, yeah. This the reason I'm alive. Up, thank nigga. God for this truth. Cause for a long time was a rebel without a cause.
You cannot whoop us. We're already dead. We're already beaten down. We've been beaten down for 400 years. We already got the wounds inside and outside our bodies. How you gonna hurt us? You cannot threaten us. You cannot frighten us. We live in the most frightening places, under the most frightening conditions. We are immune to fear. We are immune to harm. You see what I'm saying? You have stepped into a cesspool. You're the only one gonna get infected.
Because I'm willing to fight against drug dealers if they Muslim, if they Christian, if they atheist, if they Buddhist, if they shooting black men. Guess what? I'm gonna say something about it. Because you know why? Just like you ain't gonna, like your boy said, and sell you drugs without me saying that. I'm not going to do it. Even though I don't know you, guess what? Just like that's your boy, guess what? I'm your boy. Even though I don't know you, I'm not letting nobody sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you are a black man like me. And it works out.
My whole life was trying to find something to follow. Had loyalty, every man tried to borrow. Felt pain and a lot of sorrow. Got betrayed, so packed, I didn't even have my heart broke. Living confused, about to lose hope. Cops got me on the side of the road like a sideshow. Need an antidote before I croak. Now I'm setting fire to Rhythm Man Blues, call this guitar smoke. Rebel with no cause, trying to find direction. The world got me vexed. Picked up a bad liquor habit that's hereditary from oppression. Felt like my life was on fire, trying to find an exit. Now look, 10 G's plus a good break. Sometimes a follower is a soldier, trying to find a good shepherd. Plus when you in hell, how did you excel? With them the breath of life, I don't believe in fairy tale. Listen well to what I tell. No calling can cause pain. Something that a rebel knows very well. Can't you tell I was sent from the Lord? Got a tongue like a two-edged sword, with a style that they might just record. The only thing equal is the curse for the wicked and the righteous reward. Have mercy on the men that don't see it, separated from the tares. Now on my prayers, and it's so be it. A rebel, take the world by word of mouth. UPK, we the rebels that you heard about. Yeah. And it ain't gonna stop till 100 virgins in the house and I'm handing verdicts out. Yeah, rank, you ain't heard a clout without a shadow of a doubt. These devils hitting licks off us. Fuck the bank, I'm about to stone the pocket ticket office. Can't sweet talk us, cannot stop us. And plus I know the feds watch us. Telling people that they church full of witch doctors. Put us in prison, they stop violence. Meanwhile, UPK turning rebels into rock wallers. In league with mighty men, and now I understand things that never truly made sense. Like why I'm crying at this funeral for a criminal, knowing he ain't innocent. It's fucked up, but my boo shot standing between two priests, about to blaze on their ass. Call it tough love. Look out for niggas just club and wouldn't touch a white bitch with OJ's black gloves. Father, forgive me for my error. I'm forever by your side. Clean and purge me of all my flaws. This the reason I'm alive. Thank God for this truth, cause for a long time was a rebel without a cause. Look, man, first time I met Commander General Yohana, man, here 3807. Rebel without a cause. My little daughter with me. Opened the door, he was dropping the truth for me and all that. Rebel without a cause. Man, you know. You do your time, we taking the mountains, training in hand-to-hand combat. Rebel without a cause, this the reason I'm alive. Up, thank God for this truth, cause for a long time was a rebel without a cause.
You cannot whoop us. We're already dead. We're already
Salakia, it is the ISUPK, that is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge out of Harlem, New York since 1969 under Commander General Yohana. And we've been called to teach the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. All right. Tonight's class is the law class, and I'll be sitting in for Officer Kayash. All right. So you got it. How does the law play a role in today's? First of all, you got to ask this because you know I don't know. New brother, are we under the old covenant or the new covenant? Because that's a hot topic right now. That's a real hot topic. Matter of fact,
we under the The new covenant.
And what you got a precept? What's your precept? Let me get Ecclesiastes. Let me get Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13. Because this is what it's really all about. This is what it's all about right here. This is the simplest way that we could put this. This is the simplest way we can put this right here. All right. And then you're going to pull that precept for showing us that we under the new covenant, right? All right. You got it? Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. All right, you got it. Now, this is what it's really all about. Go ahead.
The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12 and verse 13.
Go ahead.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. The whole matter. This is the conclusion of the whole matter. Go ahead.
Fear God.
What?
Fear God.
What does that mean? How do you stop right there for a second? How do you fear God? You can put it, I like class participation so the chat can participate. If you can, you know the answer. How do you fear the Lord? Because there's scriptures, especially in the New Testament, in the book of Acts, when they going through to different lands, different areas, when they go into Corinth, Ephesus, and Galatia, Ephesus. And the order is to fear the Most High God. So how do you fear God? How do you fear the Most High? Who got it? Go ahead, make sure you get the mic.
Salakia, by keeping his commandments.
By keeping his commandments. By keeping his commandments. So look, under the new covenant, that's how you fear the Most High. You fear him by doing what? Keeping his commandments. So now, read that again, Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12, verse 13.
Mm-hmm.
Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
All right.
Fear God.
Right.
And keep his commandments.
That's how you fear the Most High power, by keeping his commandments. Go ahead.
For this is the whole duty of man.
This is the whole duty of man. Now, when he says the whole duty of man, listen, is he talking about do all men supposed to be following the Most High's laws, statutes, and his commandments? Like that's kind of like a yes and no. Let me explain. He said, Khan, right? Yes, but only us right now. Like really, because where does judgment begin? Who got that precept? Give me that precept. Where does judgment begin? What's going on? Salaki. What's going on? Wait, huh? No, you gotta walk with him. We can't be walking around here.
Salaki.
Salaki. You got that? Where does judgment begin? Let me see the chat. See the chat. Nothing in the chat. Nobody can tell me how where the judgment begins. What you got? 1 Peter 4 and 17. 1 Peter 4 and 17. This is the reason why we up the bat, because there's an order to everything, right? And the Most High has to establish the judgment and get us in order first, because we have a duty. We have a job as the children of Israel. Go ahead. You got it?
Khan, this is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
The judgment begins right here. Look, the Most High, when he put Adam in charge, Adam wasn't just in charge of the garden. He was in charge of the whole earth. So when Adam's job was to teach all men, because man has the ability to follow the Most High's law, statutes, and commandments. But when Adam fell from that position, when he fell, now he fell out of that place. Now, guess what? Guess who else fell out of that same position? We did. We haven't been established yet for that. We haven't been established to teach all nations. We haven't. Now, right now, judgment has to begin where?
At the house of God.
Keep going.
And if it first begin at us, what shall the end of them that obey not the gospel of God?
So guess what? The judgment starts here. It starts here. And it starts by having that faith. You have to have faith. Now, Officer Matazapah touched on it yesterday, right? So when you have that faith, what does that mean? How do we know that one has faith?
By his actions.
Okay, by his actions. Well, what would his actions dictate? What would his actions show?
Salakia. He's keeping the commandments.
He's keeping the commandments. He's keeping the commandments. Faith without works is dead. So when you hear somebody say they love the Most High God, right? And they not in this class, they not coming to class. Do they love the Most High? Why? What's the precept? Is that any more on James 2:18? That's the one you pulled? No, you pulled Hebrews, First Peter. Any more on that? No more on that?
What precept did you just ask about?
About that work, faith.
Faith without works.
Faith without works. Who got it? Because this is how you show that you love them. Christians always say they love the Most High, but they say, I don't got to follow his laws. Christians really try to show and establish their love for Christ, but not for the Most High power. How could you say you love God, but yet you don't keep his commandments? Where is your faith? How can we tell? What is the identity marker to show that, hey, listen, this is a man of faith. This is a man of the Most High. This is a prophet of the Lord. How? You got that?
I'm trying to find it right now.
It's Hebrews 11:6.
So
What you got?
get to it right now.
You got it? Go ahead.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, verse 6. But without faith, it is impossible to please him.
So without faith, it is impossible to please him. So if you're not following his laws, his statutes, and his commandments, it is what?
It is impossible
It
to
is
please
what?
him. Impossible.
It is impossible. Go ahead.
To please him.
It is impossible to please the Most High power. It is impossible. It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter about your poetry. It doesn't matter. Nothing that you say matters. You can say some of the most great, most wonderful poetry of America's linguistics ever about how much you love the Most High. If you leave and go and get a pork sandwich, none of that matters because you went and broke his law. Keep going.
For he that cometh to God must believe that he is, and that he is a renewer of them that diligently seek him.
And guess what? And the Most High will see it. The Most High will see your diligent search. He will see your faith. He will see your walk. He would recognize your repentance. He will recognize all of those things. And guess what? You'll be recognized for that. You'll be recognized for that. So faith without works is dead. It is impossible to please him. It is impossible. So now, you got that precept for me, Salaki? You got that precept for the New Testament? Because the law and the new, you can't separate the two. And that's what Christians do. Christians try to say that the Most High God and Christ has two different commandments. Have anybody heard that yet? Like that's what they say. They're saying that Christ has commandments and Salakia, and the Most High has commandments.
Sir, if I could.
Go ahead.
That's one of the things that I had an understanding of when I was in the, going to the Christian church. Like I didn't pay attention to much, but one of the things I understood was, back in the day there were rules,
right?
And then the Christian church taught us that now that Christ came, we don't have to follow those rules, and Christ just gave simple stuff just to have faith on him. Right,
and unfortunately, that's the belief. That's the belief right there. Christians believe that Christ has his own set of commandments, and God has his commandments. But that's impossible because Christ didn't come to do his commandments. He didn't come to do his commandments. He came to do the will of who?
Most High.
See that the Most High. So if he came to do the Most High, he would have to keep. He's talking about keeping the Most High's commandments. He's talking about give me John 14 and 15.
You got the book of John, chapter 14, verse 15. If ye love me, ye keep my commandments.
If you do what?
If ye love me, ye keep my commandments.
Now, when a Christian see that, right? He says, if ye love me, keep my commandments. Right away, you know what they're gonna say. Right away, they're gonna say, see, I told you, Christ has his own, he has his own commandments. That's what he's gonna say. So I'm gonna show you how you can combat that. Hold on. Hold on. I'm gonna show you how you can. Where's that one where Paul says, hold on. I can't even pull that. I had where's that that precept where Paul says, my gospel? He says it's he actually says my gospel.
You said Paul said that?
Paul said it's in there.
Romans 2 and 16, I believe.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
Romans 16 and 25.
You got which one? You got Romans 16 and 25. It says, go ahead, let me hear it. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's perfect right there. Go ahead.
In the book of Romans, chapter 16, verse 25.
Mm-hmm.
Now to him that is of power to establish establish you according to my gospel.
So is it Paul's gospel? But it is Paul's gospel because Paul is bringing the good news. So he's right. It is his gospel. I mean, he's not but it is his gospel. He's bringing the good news. Look, let me explain something to y'all. It's your gospel. This is your laws. These are your laws. These are your statutes. These are your commandments. This is yours. When you go, this is you. This is your gospel. Keep going. Never say it's not. It's yours. So when Christ said, keep my commandments, the commandments that he was speaking about was the commandments of the Lord, because are they two or one? They one. Well, how are they one? Give me the precept. Go ahead, finish reading, and give me the precept to show how they are one. Now, keep in mind, this is the law class. Go ahead.
I'm gonna start from the top.
Go ahead.
Now, to him that is of power to establish you according to my gospel, and the preaching of the Most High according to the revelation of mystery, which was kept secret since the world began.
So once again, he said my gospel. So when Christ says keep my commandments, there is his commandments, just like they're your commandments. So how could they be his and the Father's and yours? How could they be all of that? Go to Deuteronomy 4 and 6. And then after that, give me John 17.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 6.
You got it.
Keep therefore and do them.
Salakia, go up to verse 5. The water.
Khan Adawan Khan. This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Did what?
I have taught you statutes and judgments.
So what is a statute?
Like
Raise your hand.
Commandments that's like set in stone.
They definitely set in stone, but no, I wouldn't say that. What would you say? You got a definition for statute? You and anybody in the chat, you can put it in the chat. What is the definition? Because we always say it: law, statutes, and judgments. Well, what is the statute? And we say it like that: law, statutes, and commandments. That's what we say. So what is a statute?
Like an image?
No, nah. Statutes. What? Hold on, I got somebody. How we deal with each other.
It's lucky I was holding John. What's that verse again? I'm a blue letter Bible because the dictionary kind of says what I wanted to say, but I wanted it more concise.
I'm in Deuteronomy 4 and 5. What is a statute? Go ahead.
Salaki. Codes, like a code of conduct.
You in there. Okay, look. You have a law, then you have a statute, then you have a judgment. I'm going to say it again. You have law, you have statute, and you have judgment. Go ahead.
Would this statute be a way to uphold the law?
You in there. What you got on definition? You got a definition?
Sir, I went up to the Strong's biblical usage.
Uh-huh.
And it says statute is ordinance, limit, something prescribed, law in general, conditions. And then if you go to Strong's info, because that was biblical usage, it says appointed, bound, commandment, convenient, custom, decree, law, a measure.
Okay. So You want to take another shot? Listen, because those are correct, because law goes hand in hand with statute. Let's see. Okay, a law would be, I'll give you an example. The law of adultery. That's a law. That's a law, right? So what would be the statute of that law? I gave y'all a clue. Go ahead.
So it's a guideline of the law? It's
a guideline. That's real close. The statute explains the law.
Okay.
That's why they said law, conduct, custom, all of those things, because a law, if any nation that has a law is going to develop what? A custom. They're going to develop a custom. Like if we have quarantine laws. Custom. That's how they was able to know. We don't eat swine. Custom. Now, so a statute explains the law. It's the rule of the law. It's the rules. So, example, adultery. I always use that one because it's so opposite of America. America has laws, statutes, and they have judgments. They have a law of adultery and they have statutes, meaning they have rules that defines that law. So what would be the rule, Salakia, what would be the statute of that law of adultery in America?
Salakia, so the statute, would that be saying adultery is if a man sleeps with another woman while he's married?
Right. And is that it?
And if a woman sleeps with another man while she's married.
Right. So that right there, that's real big, because they have a law, and then they have the explanation, the rule of that law. And then they have a judgment, because now you can go to the courts, you can file for divorce, and then they have rules that dictate that. That would be statutes too. All right. So you have laws, you have statutes, and you have judgments. All right. Makes sense? That's right in a row. Now go ahead and read Deuteronomy 4 and 5.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5.
Go ahead.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments.
Keep going.
Even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Now, remember I said earlier that Adam was put in this same position. And I want y'all to really think about this. Adam was put in that same exact situation. He was placed in the garden, right? He was placed in the garden, and then he began to do what? The Most High began to give him laws. When did the Most High give him the laws? He gave him the laws, then he placed him in the garden. All right. And then he fell from that. So just as when he says, even as the Lord God had commanded me, that ye should do in the land whither ye go do to possess it, the Most High put Adam in the east of Eden, right? In that land to possess it, and he's supposed to have kept those laws.
Go
ahead.
So if we broke it down, when we say law, because it say law, statutes, and judgments, or sometimes law, statutes, commandments.
Okay.
So as far as like adultery, the commandment would be, thou shalt not commit adultery.
Right. Which is a law.
Sir. And then the statute would be adultery, like we explained, like adultery is or Salaki. Let's just use something simple, so I don't gotta explain it like that. It would be fornication is like unlawful sex.
Okay.
Okay, so unlawful sex is the statute that explains what it is. The commandment is thou shalt not commit fornication.
Right.
And then the law is if you fornicate, you'll be put to death.
Right.
How that works?
Yes. Con. fornication is so broad.
Right.
But you're right. That was a good one because fornication will, in our laws, we have laws that you can't have sex with a damn animal. Salakia. You can't lay with the same sex. See, because we have that law,
right? We
don't have the LGBTQ. That's not a part of our culture. But in America, once y'all voted Barack Obama in office, I want to talk about that for a minute. Once y'all voted him in, and now y'all voting Kamala in, now they came in with a culture that now a man could be with a man and a woman could be with a woman. So now that's America's culture. And they have laws that protect them. And they have statutes that explain the actions that to protect them. So fornication, that's a good one. That's a good one. Because you can, when you go throughout our laws, you can see unlawful sexual acts. If a man lies with a woman that, you know what? I'm gonna get back to that. Hold that. Let me read that, but I want to get back to that because we're gonna go somewhere with that. Go ahead. Take it from the top, 4 and 5.
There's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land, whether ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is the wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is great. Oh, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
See, we will be wise and understanding when they see that, because the explanation of our statutes would be so much different from theirs. It would establish such a better culture. A perfect example, sex is marriage. That's a better culture because it tells you, you sleep with it, you buy it, it's yours. But the culture in America, you can touch, you can sleep with her, and you good. Long as you don't go down. If you go down to the justice of the peace and fill out paperwork and go and get married, then have sex, now the whole sexual act is completely different. That's crazy, but that's true. So our culture is so much better because we'll teach our young ones, listen, you don't touch her unless you're ready to keep her. You don't we don't have boyfriends and girlfriends. America has boyfriends and girlfriends. They practice whoredom. That's just practicing whoredom. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just practicing whoredom. So they have laws, they have statutes, and they have judgments. What else you got on that? That's it. All right. So the adultery piece, right? That's what we was at. The adultery piece. Now, in the New Testament, right? I'm still waiting on that New Testament precept too. I'm trying to figure out when I asked you at the beginning, you're going to give it to me. You got it? All right. But when you talk about adultery and you talk about fornication, there was an unlawful act spoken about in Corinthians. You got that? Corinthians 5, 1 Corinthians 5. So now, and look, it shows that we were following our laws, and this is not a part of our custom. This law right here is not a part of our custom. 1 Corinthians 5 and 1.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 1.
Mm-hmm.
It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles.
So he's saying, listen, this right here is horrible. It's so the Gentiles don't even be doing this right here. This is crazy. This is wild what he's getting ready to say. But remember, he says it's reported commonly that there is fornication among you. So this is reported to Paul, and Paul is getting ready to address it. Go ahead. It is so much like the Christian church right here, verse 2. Go ahead.
And ye are puffed up.
Yeah, that's so. The Christian church is full of sinners. They full of everything. You can, whatever sin, whatever lifestyle you want to mention, it's there. It's there. I got you. It's there. And instead, they are so puffed up. What? Pastor come in, his head, long neck. He'll come up in that with his robe on, and then he'll have a homosexual singing in front of the choir, leading the choir and leading the congregation. Hold on. Go ahead. He was first.
I was just going to say there was another part we needed to read up. Can I read it from the top real quick?
Go ahead. You let him and then.
No, I was just going to piggyback on what you said about you got the homosexual choir leader or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I just seen the joint earlier. Bull was a homosexual pastor. And the other bull was asking me questions like, yo, how can you be a homosexual and a pastor at the same time? And he couldn't answer that to save his life.
Go ahead. What you got?
It is reported commonly that there is fornication among you, and such fornication as is not so much as named among the Gentiles, that one should have his father's wife.
What?
That one should have his father's wife.
To have his father's wife. That's exactly how I wanted to do. I wanted to go down, talk about it, and go back up, because this is what was going on. And that would be considered what? Fornication.
Right. That
would be fornication, but not in the Amish culture. In the Amish culture, man, but you know what's heavy about this too? This is what they try to say about Adam and Eve. They try to say that Adam and Eve, it was only Adam and Eve first, and they were sleeping with the sister. I even have some people say they were sleeping with the mother.
Good night.
Yeah. They say that. But getting back to the point, fornication is a broad law that covers many unlawful sexual acts. So sleeping with your father's wife, sleeping with your sister, uncovering your sister's nakedness. We have a whole chapter about uncovering nakedness that we don't do. So it's vital and it's very important for us to understand just that guess what? You have law and you have statute and you have judgment. Law would be the actual law. And the example that we gave initially was adultery, to keeping it a little smaller. Adultery, and the explanation of that law would be the statute. It would be the rule of that law. And then we have a judgment for that law. So we have laws, we have statutes, and we have judgments. Now, it's two questions out on the floor that I put out there. One, how could, if Christ is saying, keep my commandments, I want to go back there. And Paul says, my gospel, my commandments. What is the precept you can show a Christian to say, yes, they are his commandments too? Now, you showed the gospel, my gospel. So a Christian won't say that Paul is the author of the gospel. Any Christian will say, well, yeah, it is the gospel of God. But Paul said it was my gospel. Christ said, Most High said, my commandments. Christ said, my commandments. Now they're going to say, see, the fatherness, they won. Boom, I just gave you the answer. John 17, you just go to John 17. The Gospel of John. You can, let's get right to it. Go start at verse 9. Why not?
Khan, out of one Khan. This is the book of John, chapter 17 and verse 9. I pray for them I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me.
Now, who? Keep going. Keep going. Is that it on that verse?
For they are thine.
They are who?
They are thine.
Go ahead.
And all mine are thine.
What is he saying right there? This is how the Father and the Son is one. This is how when Christ says, keep my commandments, this is why he can say it. What is that saying?
That the Most High is.
I pray for them. What is that?
The them is us.
All right. I pray not for the world. What is that?
Salakia, the other nations.
Anybody else, the whole earth. Right. Keep going. But for them which thou hast given me. Who are that? Who's that?
Israel.
Israel. For they are thine. Most High said they are yours. I mean, Christ said they are yours. What is he? Right? Verse 10.
And all mine are thine.
All what?
All mine are thine.
All mine are thine. Right? Go ahead. So all that is mine is yours. Go ahead.
And thine are mine.
And yours is mine. Keep going.
And I am glorified in them.
That's how we are glorified in them. Go ahead.
And now I am no more in the world.
Go ahead.
But these are in the world, and I come to thee. Salaki. Holy Father, keep through thine own name those whom thou hast given me.
Go ahead.
And they, Salakia, that they may be one.
They may be what?
They may be one.
Who is the they may be one?
Israel.
Go ahead.
As we are one.
As we are one.
As we are.
So
Salaki.
you see, that's the oneness. Guess what? Now it becomes my gospel too. Now it becomes my commandments too. Now it becomes everything me too. Everything. Look, y'all heard of the God. What you got?
Salakia.
I want you to keep going too.
A precept, would a precept be the 1 Corinthians 11:1?
What's that? Keep the ordinance as I deliver them unto you.
No, when it says be ye followers of me, even as I also.
That would be a good one. That would be a good one too, because that's what Paul is doing. Paul is in the same place as us. He's one just like we are. So when he says when he says one as we are, that's what makes it one. That's what makes it my gospel. What you got? What you got? One more. Read verse. Give me one more.
Verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
While I was with them in the world,
Uh-huh.
I kept them in thy name.
Mm-hmm.
Those that thou givest me, I have kept, and none of them is lost.
None of them is lost. Go ahead.
But the son of
Perdition.
perdition, and the scriptures might be fulfilled.
Who is he talking about? So he's saying, look, all that you gave me, I ain't lose none of them. I ain't lose not one. Wait, except that one. I lost that one so that the scriptures might be fulfilled. Who would be that one?
Yahweh Shai.
How would it be Yahweh Shai? This is Yahweh Shai talk. Anybody in the chat? Who would be that one? He said that it might be fulfilled. Got a precept for it? It don't got to be okay. It was prophesied about Judas. So when you go to Psalms 109, right? Go ahead. Go to but we're gonna go to Acts 1 and 16 through 20. And we're gonna go to Acts chapter 1, verse 16 through 20. And then we're gonna go back to John 17.
Out of one con.
Let's get it.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 16.
No, chapter 1, verse 16 through 20. If I said 16, Salaki.
Salaki.
Mm-hmm.
This is the book of Acts, chapter 1, verse 16.
Go ahead.
Man and brethren, this scripture must needs have been fulfilled.
So this is actually, we're answering the question about the son of perdition, that the scriptures might be fulfilled. So he starts out and saying, men and brethren, the scripture must need to have been fulfilled. Go ahead.
Which the Holy Spirit by the mouth of David speak before concerning Judas.
Go ahead.
Which was guide to them that took Jesus.
So he's talking about Judas, right? And he was a guide. So this was written that he would be a guide to those that took Yahweh Shah. Go ahead. And Yahweh Shah spoke about it when he had the in the upper room. Go ahead.
For he was numbered with us and had obtained part of this ministry. Now this man purchased a field with the reward of inquiry, and falling headlong, he burst asunder in the midst, and all his bowels gushed out.
Go ahead. Y'all get it.
And it was known unto all the dwellers at Jerusalem, and so much as the field is called in their proper tongue. How you say that?
Asaladum. That's Duma. It's Tawa. I can't pronounce it. Go ahead. I don't want to butcher it up.
Asaladum, that is to say,
I'll sell them.
That it's like that is to say the field of the blood.
So that's what it's called. It's called the field of the blood. All right. That's called the field of the blood. Go down to verse. Let's get right to it. Go down to verse 20.
Verse 20. For it is written in the book of Psalms.
So he's letting you know that this was written in the book of Psalms. Go ahead.
Let his habitation be desolate.
So let his habitation be desolate. Let his spot be desolate. Go ahead.
And let no man dwell therein.
Go ahead.
And his bishopric. Let another take.
So this was prophesied. So when you read in John 17, go back to John 17 and 12, and it says, while I was with them in the world, I kept them in thy name. Those that thou hast given me, I have kept, and none of them is lost, but the son of perdition, that the scriptures might be fulfilled. Verse 13.
And now come I to thee, and these things I speak in the world, that they might have my joy fulfilled in themselves. I have given them thy word.
You have done what?
I have given them thy word.
So it's the Most High's word. It's not Christ's word, but it is Christ's word. It's Christ's word. Why and how? Because they are one as who? As we are one.
Not one.
So Christ has said, I gave them thy word. You got any more on that?
Even as I am not of the world.
Right. All right. So, hey, look, I'm going to ask you this again. Did you get my precept for the New Testament?
No.
All right. I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that. I'm definitely going to need that. All right. So now, we is one with the Most High, just like Christ is one. Can we be a part of the Godhead too? Can we be a part? Anybody? Can we be a part of the Godhead too?
It's part of the body.
I mean, I'm just asking a simple question. Can we be a part of the Godhead?
Sounds like a trick question, sir.
It could be. It could be. I'm just asking. Let's get it. Colossians 2:9. This is a big one right here. Like, listen, if he just said we are one, just like the Father and the Son is one, we gotta be a part of it. Don't believe me? Colossians 2:9. I got this one from Captain Cesaria. I appreciate it.
Colossians 2 verse 9.
Go ahead.
For in him.
In who?
For in him.
In who?
In the Most High.
In Christ.
In Christ.
Go ahead.
For in him we dwelleth all the fullness of the Godhead bodily.
Now a Christian will stop right there. That says, see, in him dwell the fullness of the Godhead bodily. They'll give a whole spiel on the word Godhead. Godhead bodily, right? Read verse 10.
And ye are complete in him.
Who is that?
Christ.
Go ahead, give him the mic.
The Israelites.
Israel. That's you. That's you. You won with listen. We are all one. If we're all keeping the Most High's laws, his statutes, and his commandments, that means that we all are following and living the same what? Culture. Remember I said it earlier. With a law and statutes, it develops a culture, right? So if no matter where you at in the world, on this earth, right? No matter where you at, if you're following the Most High's laws, statutes, and his commandments, are you one with him? You're a part of that guy. You're doing exactly what Officer Kahal said, where Paul said, follow me as I follow Christ. And he also said, I think in verse 2, keep these ordinances as I deliver them unto you. So if you're doing all of those things, you are one with the Father. You're one with the Son. You are part of the Godhead. We are all one. That's why he says, ye are complete in him. That's why it says that. All right. Did you get you got it?
Yeah.
All right. That's right. We about to get that precept finally for the New Testament. I appreciate it, young man at the front. When you gonna get in all black?
Soon.
All right. Well, you know. When the Lord wants you to do it, you'll do it. Go ahead.
The book of Matthew. Book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 17.
Okay. You're gonna show me this the law. Okay.
Think not that I am come to destroy the law or the prophets. I am not to come to destroy, but to fulfill.
Oh. Hey, listen. All right. I'm real good at being Christian. Now I played Christian. The only person that ever got me while I was playing Christian is Captain Cesaria. We was playing Christian. I couldn't even get off first base. I couldn't even hit the ball because when he played Christian, man, it was crazy. It was crazy. But he's the only one that was able to get me playing Christian. So I'm going to play Christian with you. Go ahead. No, read it again.
Matthew chapter 5, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Think not that I am to come to destroy the law,
Right.
or the prophets.
Right.
I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill.
But to fulfill. Okay, so I'm going to be Christian. Okay, so Christ came and fulfilled the law because nobody could keep the law. Nobody could keep the law. And now that's why Christ came. And when he died, that's all I got to do is have faith and believe in him. So you don't know what you're talking about, Israelite. I'm trying to tell you, I'm the best Christian. You want to combat that, or you gonna let that ride? Because I just blew you up. Huh? Christ came to fulfill it, and fulfill means to complete. You don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. That's what it says. I'm reading it, and I'm talking to you too, and I'm talking to all y'all. Now, how you gonna combat that? Because the Christian definitely gonna say that. And he gonna say nobody can keep the law. Nobody can keep the law. Nobody.
I'm gonna go to 1 Kings.
1 King. All right. Well, let's see what you got. 1 King 8 and 56. So this gonna show me that. Okay, let me see. 1 King 8 and 56. He's showing us that Christ didn't, because I'm saying Christ fulfilled the law and we ain't got to keep it. So all we got to do is have faith in him. So you at 1 John 8 and what? I got you in the back. 1 John 8 and what?
Go to 1 John chapter 8, verse 57.
Okay. Let's get it.
Well, verse 56.
Verse 56. I'm with you.
Blessed be the Lord that have given rest unto his people Israel, according to all that he promised. There have not failed one word of all his good promise.
Keep going.
Which he promised by the hand of Moses, his servant.
Right.
Verse 57. The Lord our God be with us as he was with our fathers. Let him not leave us nor forsake us.
Right.
Verse 58. That he may incline our hearts unto him to walk in all his ways and to keep his commandments and his statutes and his judgments, which he commanded our fathers.
Oh, okay. Man, that's the Old Testament, man. You don't know what you're talking about. Ain't that what they gonna say? You don't know what I said. Listen, Christ fulfilled the Old Testament, man. We do not have to follow the Old Testament because, first of all, nobody could keep the law.
Okay.
Cut that bull, man. Hey, somebody get that Christian. That's what they Christian getting ate up, man. I mean, Israelite getting ate up by the Christian. Go ahead. I tell you, man, I'm the best Christian. Go ahead.
Salakia, I was going to try to pull up Romans 2.
Romans 2.
And 12.
Oh, snap. Okay, well, that is the New Testament.
For as many have sinned without the law shall also perish without law. And as many have sinned in the law shall be judged by the law.
Right.
For not the hearers of the law are just before God, but the doers of the law shall be justified.
That's what they're going to say. That's the Christian going to say that.
Salaki, I got another one too.
He's hot. He's on the roll. Go ahead.
If you could, let me find it real quick. I could say it, but I'm gonna find it real quick before I say it.
That was a good one. That's a good one right there.
Any man whosoever that breaketh the least commandment shall. I'm trying to find that scripture. Salakia.
That's where he was at.
Oh, he said that one.
He started. This guy right here, this young man.
So I'm gonna keep it at the Romans 2 and 12 then. I ain't even gonna bring it there.
Right. Okay. So Okay, the Christian gonna be a little baffled, but he's still gonna hang on to, man, Christ came and fulfilled the law, man. You don't know what you're talking about.
All right.
And right there, that's talking about Christ's law. They ain't talking about God's law. That's what the Christian gonna say. Hey, look, I got a class that I'm about to do. I just want to say sidebar. Oh, wait a minute. Romans 6, 1 and 2. Okay, thank you. Thawada Kana. Go ahead and get that. Romans 6.
And if I could,
Uh-oh.
can I add John 8 and 11?
All right, well, let's get it. Let's get Romans 6, 1 and 2 first. I would do Romans. Go ahead. 6. She said, what she say? 1 through 2. Go ahead. You got it?
You said
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6, verse 1.
Go ahead.
What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin? The grace may abound? God forbid.
No. Go ahead.
How shall we that are dead to sin live any longer therein?
Now go down to verse 15. Salakia.
Verse 15.
Just gonna go with your Romans 6, 1 and 2. Go ahead.
What then? Shall we sin because we are not under the law, but under grace? God forbid.
God forbid. Now, because we are not under the law. The Christian gonna have a ball with that one.
If I could.
We're gonna come back to that. Somebody, what does it, and I'm coming to you, what does it mean to be not under the law? Hold on. Go ahead. You got it.
Okay.
Where you at?
So first I would go for the Christian. I would go to
you about to get y'all a package.
Right. Osai Christ. No kidding. I would go to 1 John chapter 3 and 4 and explain what sin is. So I'll read it real quick.
No, we're gonna get it.
Okay, Osai.
We're gonna get it. Go ahead. Hey, can you get that? Salaki. Get that Henny. Go ahead.
Whosoever committeth sin transgresseth also the law. For sin is the transgression of the law. So I would tell the Christian, if you're sinning, you're breaking God's laws because sin is transgression of the law.
Right.
And then I would read for him what Christ said to the woman when he asked her where are her accusers. John 8 and 11.
Let's get it. John 8.
John 8 and 11. So when the woman, they wanted to stone the woman, Christ asked her where her accusers after, Christ told him to cast the first stone. Here was that verse that responded to it. John 8 and 11. She said, no man, Lord. And Yahushua said unto her, neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more.
Go and sin no more.
Meaning, no longer break God's laws.
Damn right. And that's exactly that right there. That's a glorious precept right there, because the most Yahushua is showing that, hey, listen, I'm teaching the law. That's what I'm teaching. I'm teaching the law. I'm still waiting for that New Testament though. I'm still waiting on that, because right now you got these Genesis characters. They saying, man, you ain't even in the New Testament. You know what? Let me sidebar. You know why they say that's why they so heavy on being Levites and stuff like that, high priests and all that.
Oh,
yeah, because he's a high priest, but Christ is the high priest. It's crazy. But that's why they on that type time. That's why they saying, oh no, we still under the old covenant. We still under the old covenant. You ready to give me that precept? We got a precept for the new covenant. Show that we're not under the old covenant.
I can fully sense like it.
No, let one of the young men get it. Salakia, the young men or the troopers. What you got? Nobody? Hey, look, that's what these classes are for. Uh-oh. Okay. Your rib got a precept in there. She's, you know what? That's a good one. That's it. They pulled that one already. That's Matthew 5, 17, 18. The water.
I think I might
For the new covenant? Oh, let's get it. Because Genesis said we in the old covenant.
It's the book of Hebrews, chapter 3, verse 6.
Okay, let's get it.
But
Hebrews
Christ,
chapter 3. Wait a minute. 3 and 6. Go ahead.
But Christ has a son over his own house, whose house are we if we hold fast the confidence and the rejoicing of the hope firm unto the end.
Man, that ain't gonna cut the Christian good enough. They ain't gonna cut them good enough. You gotta cut deep on this. And when I say Christian, I am talking about the Israelite group Genesis. Christians. What you got? Who got it? We're gonna go ahead and cut it right now. Who got it? Hebrews. You was in the right book. Go to Hebrews 9.
Man, see, I thought it was Matthew. What in Matthew?
No, Matthew is which one in Matthew you talking about?
26, 28.
26 and 20. Let's go to that one before we go to this. Matthew 26 and 28. Go ahead.
The book of Matthew, chapter 26 and 28. For this is my blood of the New Testament.
You can't get no cleaner than this.
Which is shed for many.
Did he shed his blood?
Sir.
You sure? Because Genesis said we still okay.
For the remission of sins.
Well, the Christian Genesis group.
I definitely stole that from campus.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, right there, that's like one of the drop the mics moments. But can I get another one? Can I get one more from one of the troopers or the young men? Go ahead. This last shot, and then we're gonna go to that Hebrews 9. Where you at? And I'm gonna get y'all out of here. After this,
Romans.
one more. Look, one more. After this, we got to do under the law. All right, go ahead.
Romans 9 and 4.
Romans 9 and 4. Go ahead. Romans 9 and 4. Go ahead.
You.
This is going. Okay, this is going to show us we're still under the new covenant. We under the new covenant, not under the old. Go ahead.
All right. Yeah, that's why I ain't really want to pull it.
Okay, so you gonna scratch that?
Yeah, because it's like it's cool and all, but it's not like you
Well,
say, it's not the cutter.
Right. This is showing that Christ came for us. But when you go to Hebrews 9, this is now the one that Officer Carl Hall pulled. You can't get no cleaner than that. But this is pretty clean too. Go to Hebrews 9 and 14. This will actually, you can start at 14 because this will go with what you just pulled about this is my blood. So go to Hebrews 9 and 14 and 15. And everybody should have, give him the mic. Everybody should have this in your precept packet. Like these are precepts. That's what these, listen, the law class is for you to get your precepts. That's why we call it the law class. You need those precepts because Christians love to hold on to the fact that we do not have to keep the law. So you want to build on that. All right, you got it. Go ahead.
Hebrews chapter 9, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
How much more shall the blood of Christ, who through the eternal Spirit offered himself without spot to God?
So we know that Officer Kahal just read that Yahushua said this is the blood that is going to be shed for what? The New Testament, right? Keep going.
Purge your conscience.
Louder.
Purge your consciousness. Is that how you say it?
Mm-hmm.
Purge your conscience from the dead works to serve the living God.
So he's saying, sir, he said, purge your conscience from dead works, right? To serve the living God. Keep going.
Verse 15. And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament.
No, that old covenant.
Keep going.
No. Help him out.
Of the New Testament.
No, of the Old Testament.
New Testament.
No, last year Testament.
New Testament.
Half Testament.
New Testament.
So this is for what?
New Testament.
This is for the. So you telling me that Christ's blood was shed for the New Testament? Somebody called Genesis Christian Group and give him this, because I don't think they must not have seen it. Keep going.
That by means of death for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament.
So this precept right here covers both testaments. Christ he's saying, listen, Christ came as a mediator of the New Testament by the means of death, by his death, right? Right?
Yeah.
So he died for his death. Look, and it says, for the redemption of the transgressions that was under the first testament. So it's actually saying that Christ came to respond to the transgressions from the Old Testament. What is transgression?
Like breaking the law.
Huh?
Like breaking the law of God.
Yep, it is. But can you give me a little bit more? Why is it saying transgression? Why don't it says for the redemption of those who broke God's law?
I don't know.
Anybody? All right, watch this. Go ahead. That's true, but why does it say transgression? That's what I'm asking. Why does it say transgression? Why don't it say, because for the breaking of God's law? Why is it saying transgression? Why don't it just say for the redemption of those who broke God's law? What is it? Okay, look. If you was to walk on someone's property and they don't, go ahead, you got it?
It's a boundary, or there's I'm gonna say transgress against the laws, step outside the boundary.
All of those are true because they're breaking the Most High's law, right? Give me Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Y'all need to have this one definitely in your preset packet. All right. This is what it means to be. And look, now follow what I'm saying. If you walk on someone's property, right? They don't have a fence up, they don't have a sign up, and you walk on their property, right? And they call the law, and the law comes out, and the law comes, they come out, and when they come out to execute the law, they have statues, right? Y'all with me? Y'all with me? They have statues. So now they come out and they look and they say, okay, you don't have no fence up here. You got any signs? So how would that person know that this is your property? All right. But if there's a sign up and the person saw the sign, what did that person do when they went on that property? They trespass. They trespass. Why? Because the law was right there. It was plain sight, as big as day. So they was given the law and they still came on the property. So now they trespass. So when the Most High gave us the law, the water violation of the law, she's right. She's right. She's right. That's what it is. It's violation of that law that's there that they see in big daylight. So who received the law? Israel. Did we receive it? What? Damn right. We received it because the Most High said to your seed. It's to your seed. This law was given to you and throughout all your generations. So that man that was walking and he saw that big sign and he still came on, we was given that big law, that big sign, the Bible right here, the scriptures. That's what we was given. And guess what? We was like that man. We read it, we saw it, and we still walked on the property. So now we're transgressing the law. We are transgressors of the law. When you break it, that's what you're doing because it was given to you. You a trespasser, right? You got the precept. But that's who got it?
147, right?
Psalm, Khan.
Which verse? Slakia?
19 and 20.
This is the book of Psalms. Book 147, verse 19. He showeth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them.
So can they trespass? Can't. It wasn't given to them. Nothing was given to them. That's why all of this sums up on what we was talking about all men. It goes back to it. Judgment begins in the house of the Lord. And guess what? Once we get it, then we're going to teach the other nations. Once we're judged, and once we're set back in order, once we are put back in the proper position that we supposed to be in, because the earth was made for who?
Israel.
For Israel, for our sake. It was made for our sake. So once we're put back into that position, then we're going to teach the nations. We're going to rule over them. It's not going to be a picnic. Revelation 2 and 25. This is not going to be a picnic. All right.
Khan,
you got it?
Khan Adawan Khan. This is the book of Revelations, chapter 2, verse 25. But that which ye have already hold fast till I come.
Go ahead.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations.
So we will have that power over the nations. Keep going.
And he shall rule them with a rod of iron.
What am I bad at? Read that again. How we gonna rule them?
And he shall rule them with the rod of iron.
Look, I didn't write this. I didn't write this. Christ said this, and he meant it. We're going to rule over them with a rod of iron. It's not going to be a light feather. You know where that come from? That's Islam. You can beat your wife with a light feather.
I did read it.
Yeah. Go ahead, read it. Give me 26 again.
And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter. Shall they be broken?
Shall they be what?
Shall they be broken?
No, they shall be put together.
Shall they be broken? To shivers.
To what?
To shivers.
We're going to break them. We're going to break them. They're going to get in order. They're going to follow these laws. Listen, and I'm going to profile. I will be a profiler. They're going to eat them right there. There he is. But I didn't. Get over here. Right here. Go on, get on over here. Get my back. Go on over there. With a rod of iron. Right? So we will rule over them with a rod of iron. One more. Under the law. Under the law. What does that mean? Want me say you that before next week? It's too wild. All right. I'm saving for you. I'm gonna say that for you next week. They listening. They're gonna say, "Oh, he's gonna do under the law." I want to hear it. I want to hear it. All right. Any questions? Any scriptures, any precepts y'all want to ask about? Everybody Tawab? Oh, okay. I knew. I knew Laham was going to bring something. He's fight against. This brother's a fighter.
Go ahead and take over.
He said he got a precept.
I can't find that joint.
All right. Well, hey, listen, I'm an open book. You know how you call, how you text me 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. And look, feel free. Feel free. That's what Commander General Yohana had me here to do. All right. So we're gonna change pass the class over to precinct officer for.
Right, this is the ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limit for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Also, we have tithes, which is a commandment, which can be found in Numbers 18 and 21 and Malachi 3, 8 through 10. In the Hebrew, it is ma'ashara, which is 10% of any increase the Lord gives you. Also, we do have a priest fund, which is a free will offering. It can be funds towards the school, like a donation, or it can even be a bottle, because brothers do get together, and have a drink. And that is lawful for those, with those blessed Christian hearts that don't know that. Up and coming holy convocations, we got, what is that? The Feast of the Tabernacle. Is that the one we have coming up?
No, we got no, I don't think it's the Feast of Tabernacle. The Feast of Tabernacle would be
it's actually
for the camp weekend, memorial of the blowing of the trumpet.
We got the memorial, the blowing of the trumpets. I believe that starts Wednesday, October 2nd. All right, and we'll also have a camping trip around that time. We're going to keep putting promotions on this.
Right, the camping trip is October the 16th through the 20th. We're going to be putting out a flyer on that.
October the 16th through the 20th.
Right.
Hosanna in Christ. All right. And with that being said, if you want to be a trooper in the school, remember to wear black boots, black pants, shirt, headband, or war scarf. Men of Israel, Midian, which means to stand. Men of Israel, Midian Shabbat. Mike, Barak. We go on Sar, which means to turn. We're going to turn to the sisters and give them a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Midian Shabbat. Mike, Barak. Shalom, Yahweh Shalaki.
Yahweh Shema, Al-Thamba, Shem Yahweh Shah.
Yashmatah, class dismissed.
corruption. Somebody give me Romans 13 and 11.
I have a question.
It's a Ronald car, man. Give me Romans 13 and 11.
Khan Khan, this is the book of Romans, chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep.
Brother, you need a water?
Thank you.